What's up, everybody? My name is Erin, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back to the Slay the Princess demo update. What kind of shenanigans we gonna get into this time, eh?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Nah, we're gonna do my favorite ending, which is turn around and trying to leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Don't care. Okay, fine, you're persistent. I'll go to the cabin and slay the princess. Ugh. The is very on brand for me, not gonna lie. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her, maybe I won't. I guess we'll see. We already know we can't lie to the narrator. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going, the cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. I'm actually pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Nope, don't know where I'm going, don't care.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
The narrator says he doesn't make the rules, but he still has quite the influence over our environment. I'm gonna turn around again and leave again. You can't make me do it, can't tell me what to do.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
And why do I have to bear that responsibility all on my lonesome, huh? Huh? I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. Quietly continue down the path. Personally, I would not get this angry or go this far. I would be very upset of being like, why? Why was I singled out? Because I'm the only Birdman in your village? Is that why I was cast aside because I'm different? You're not emotionally blackmailing me into this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
And if you had an ounce of decency and professionalism, you would tell me what's going on. And not hide anything from me.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
I gotta get my steps in, bruh.
Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
Oh man, this is a cabin.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Oh my god, the dissonance in the background music is just gorgeous.
But as you focus
Oh,
on your surroundings,
that
you
was a bit
start
jarring.
to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal
This
of
is my
paths and cabins
favorite
desperately trying to draw
path.
you back to where you need to be.
This is the weird shiz that I live for in creative projects.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Damn right I do.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
Listen, buddy. I've seen the future, and half of them, more than half of them, I just end up dying anyway, so who cares?
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, but it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
The walls have been built
And
up
in the
around
basement of
us.
that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
God, I would love to play this with a group of friends. I think it would just be an absolute riot.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Voice of the contrary, now we got 3 voices in our head.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
What if I leave again? Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin. Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go into the cabin. Again, narrator said he doesn't make the rules. But it seems like he still has significant influence over our environment. But there is still something above him.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
And why does that matter? Yep, heading to the cabin now, where I'm gonna definitely go and slay that princess.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
I wasn't so much lying as being sarcastic, but sure.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Really, narrator? Because it sounds like you will lie, you will cheat, and you will do everything in your power to have me do what you say. What an interesting parallel we have here.
If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind. The interior of the cabin is
different.
odd.
And there's a mirror. I love it.
Plastic, the wood of the walls fitting together at uncomfortable angles. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Yeah, the sky outside the window is different. It's the stars. We've got a sweet mirror now, and plastic. So this is like a dollhouse, like a manufactured DIY dollhouse situation.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Well, we got the voice of the contrarian in our heads now, so I think I'm gonna follow him and leave the knife.
I, for one, would rather have it. We don't really know what we're dealing with here. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Yeah, but you need... There's a multitude of princesses. Surely you can, like, give us a heads up of the type of princess we are dealing with, and not just a normal princess. Like, is she smart? Is she dumb? Like, what? You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Oh God, yes. Yes, I love it. We're forcing the narrator, whoever, to acknowledge that things are different here. I love it. Approach the mirror. Explore. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
We should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun?
Hell yes, it would.
You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror.
The hero can see it.
There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Oh, we're gonna look at it. Why would you lie about that? What's the point? I also want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. Handsome is bold. I'm telling you, I am very curious, because I just going off on our arm, Japanese mythology, it really feels like we're a tengu, which is a giant bird man.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do? So we're all in agreement then. We're looking.
Hell yeah.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
So it's a fake mirror. It's not reflective, maybe?
This really isn't funny.
Oh, wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
Dang.
And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
All right. I'm just gonna enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase built from an unidentifiable and featureless material. The steps barely seem to fit together, and upon closer inspection, they barely seem to go anywhere at all, let alone down.
Ooh.
Her voice carries up the stairs, its multitonal lilt adding to the already uneasy atmosphere.
Hi, though. Is someone there?
Little emoticon.
This isn't what I expected her to sound like. What is she? Well, she's not a princess, that's for sure. She is a princess. Don't let your imagination run wild.
Again, I'm really hoping one of the times that we go back down to the basement, instead of a princess, we find a prince. What the hell are you? Ha! Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. What the hell are you?
We're
We're.
a princess, but we can also be a friend.
It takes you a moment to orient yourself before you're able to start moving forward. As you enter the next room,
Oh.
the form of the princess comes into view.
And the
her
dungeon
wrist
looks
bound to the
different,
far
or the
wall in heavy
basement.
shackles.
Did the basement look different in the initial demo? I don't know, but I'm so pleased by this.
She locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster than the other, the loose skin of her face stretching into something resembling a smile. Holy shit. If we knew she'd be like this, maybe we would have taken the knife?
Hey, I was on your side. I said, hey, screw the narrator. Let's leave the knife.
Why are you just standing there? Are you scared of us?
Terrified. Oh. The stranger. Phew. I still got. Oh, I'm so excited to see what other new changes are there. But I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode of the demo update here for Slay the Princess. Thank you so much for joining me. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye!